Hello, welcome to my balance mobility session. So balance isn't just about standing on one leg for a few seconds and trying to hold it. We use balance when we're reaching for something off a shelf or leaning to grab something out of the car. You just need a bit of space and a mat as well if you've got one. Are you ready? So to begin with, place your feet hip width apart, just have a little look and then look straight ahead and let's begin. So we're going to raise one knee and the arms come up to shoulder height and then lower. And remember, don't bring your feet together, land with them hip width. Be confident. Balance is very much about keeping your pelvis steady, and we keep our pelvis steady by anchoring it with our core muscles. So hold your tummy in, breathe in to raise, breathe out to lower. We'll just do one more. Keep it smooth. Lovely. So we're going to take a pelvic scoop now. Raise your arms without shrugging your shoulders. Soften your knees, tummy in, and we'll go down through the spine, through the vertebra. Try not to let your shoulders shrug. And walk your hands forward a little bit along the mat. Not too far, maybe about halfway. And keeping your head between your arms and your shoulders back, lift one foot off and try to straighten that leg up in the air behind you without twisting your pelvis. Now bend the knee into your chest, replace that foot and walk the hands back to your feet. Roll up, rolling the shoulders back, bringing the chin up last. We're going to do that on the other leg. So raise your arms, a little pelvic scoop, soft knees, chin to chest, down we go. Shoulders away from ears, tummy in. Walk the hands the same distance as you did before, along the mat. Let's lift the other foot off, bend the knee and then try to straighten that leg up to the ceiling without turning your hips. And now bring the knee into the chest, replace the foot, walk the hands back towards the feet, pelvic scoop, roll up through the spine, shoulders back, chin comes up last, arms by your side. So now with your eyes closed, or you can open them if you don't like the feeling, just lean forward about an inch from the ankle joint so you feel the weight going into your toes and the balls of your feet, but keep your heels on the mat. Now come back to centre, so your body is one straight line, and then lean backwards just an inch. So you can now feel the weight going into your heels and maybe coming out at the balls of your feet a little bit. Tummy muscles in to keep your balance. Now bring yourself back to centre and breathe. Just make sure that you are breathing. Let's bring the arms into a double salute and we're just going to tilt side to side, keeping the knees soft and making sure the hips don't swing out to the opposite side. So we're moving at the waist. You don't have to go very far. Keep the tummy in and make sure you don't shrug the shoulders. Good, keep breathing. Now to make this harder, stretch down with one arm and up with the other. And then change sides. So this might make you feel a little bit less stable. Try to keep equal weight through both feet. If that's too much of a tilt, just keep it very little. Work within your range. Try not to shrug your shoulders. Lovely. And bring it back to centre and lower the arms. Let's come to the front of the mat. Keeping the feet hip width, step back with one leg, lifting the heel at the back and bending that back knee, both knees actually, but making sure the front knee doesn't go in front of the toes. So keep your chest upright, feel that nice stretch in your hip. Okay, let's do that tilt again. Keeping the hips still. It's harder, isn't it? Keep breathing. And if you want to make it harder still, add the arm extensions. Oh, very tricky. Try not to shrug your shoulders. Remember, we're moving at the waist. Keeping that pelvis still. Bring it back to centre, come down, step in, change legs. So feet hip width, they're both point forwards. The pelvis is steady, the chest is up. You bend the back knee and the front knee, but the front knee stays behind the toes. Shoulders back and down. Here we go again. Moving at the waist, you might only move an inch side to side, and that's absolutely fine. Just go with how you feel. You don't have to do it for as long as I am. You may come back sooner. Add those arm extensions whenever you feel brave enough. Make sure you're not leaning forwards. Keep your chest up. You may not step back as far as I have done. Keep your tummy muscles in to anchor that pelvis. Breathe. Let's bring it down and step in. So the next one, we're going back to our standing on one leg. We're going to have our feet hip width as before and raise one leg without slouching into that hip. So try and keep your pelvis steady. And then we take the knee out and the arms will go wider than the knee. You don't want to turn your hips, and then bring it back to center and then land with your feet hip width. Let's try the other leg. So up without slouching down into that hip. So pull the tummy and try and stand tall. Wide, but your arms will go wider than your knee. Your knee can't go too wide without the hips turning, and we don't want that. Back to center and down. So let's try that. Remember to land with your feet hip width. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Feel your body sway side to side, but try and minimize that. Remember, keep the tummy in, keep the shoulders down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Relax your feet. Even the one that you're standing on, try and relax it, but keep the core tense and engaged. Let's try and add something. This is optional. Straighten the leg and raise the arms. Come back to bent and arms at shoulder height, return. So when you straighten the leg, you don't have to lift it higher. You can in fact drop the leg to straighten it. Don't shrug those shoulders. And remember not to slouch. So let's add breath. Hopefully you were breathing anyway. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Flow the move. Remember, don't slouch. Use your core, shoulders down. It's a hard one, is that? From here, feet hip width, let's go into a squat. So sitting down behind you, keeping the knees behind the toes. It's not flinging your bottom out horizontally, it's sending it diagonally downwards. So you should feel the body weight go into your heels. Let's hold it here. Now keeping your body still, keep your tummy in. You can come up a bit if it's going to your back, don't let it go to your back. Move your arms behind, feel the triceps working, and then in front. Balancing, keeping the body still in this chair squat position while the arms going behind and forwards challenges it to stay still and stable. Stand up, let's go again. So into your chair squat, maybe a bit lower this time. Shoulders back, tummy in. Body as still as possible. Breathe in, breathe out. Knees behind the toes. Feel the body weight in your heels. And stand up. Lovely. Instead of tram lines, hip width apart, we now think about a beam or a tightrope. Stand at the back of your mat. Put one leg in front of the other. Feet pointing forwards, look straight ahead. Equal weight through each foot, and knees are soft. Already it's difficult. So taking the weight onto the front foot, bend the back leg. Now bring that back foot round the side. Try not to slouch into the supporting hip. Stand tall, knee in front, and put your heel down first in front of that other foot and roll gently forwards onto that front foot. Pick up the back foot, bend the knee. Now take it out wide and in front, and try and remain stable. Heel down, equal weight on both feet. Okay, so now we're going to go backwards. So bringing this front foot off the floor, and we have to stand tall through this hip. Use your core. Now take this front knee out wide. Keep your pelvis as steady as you can. Round the back, toes down behind that front foot. Roll back onto your heel. Now then, lift that front knee. Use your core, don't slouch into this supporting hip. Stand tall, breathe. Take it out wide. Keep your pelvis facing the front. Round the back, toes down. Roll back onto your back foot. Lovely. Okay, so from here, the back foot is going to go out to the side, bend that knee. It's at an angle, 45 degrees away from the way your chest is pointing. So bend that outside knee, keep the center leg straight, push back. So bend, keep your hip bones level, push back. As you go out that way, the arms come across. As you push back, they come in front. And now we're going to bring it into a knee raise. So bend and control. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Bring the knee across the body and turn your chest away from that knee coming across the body. Breathe in, breathe out. Try and control this. Inhale, exhale. So turning at the waist, turning the chest away from the knee, which is coming across your body. A couple more. This time, no rotation, just hold it here and bring it down. Lovely. Now put this leg that was out to the side in front on your tightrope. Other foot behind. So we're starting with a different leg in front. Equal weight through both feet. Picking up the back leg. Bend it. Bring it round the side. Try and keep the pelvis steady. Anchor it with your core. Heel down first, directly in front of that other leg. Roll forwards. Shoulders back and down, by the way, arms by your side. Take the weight onto the front foot, pick up the back foot, bend it, knee out wide, pelvis faces forward, bring it round, breathe. Heel down first in front, bend the knees, keep the hip bones level. Good. Now from here, we're going to go backwards. So bringing your body weight back onto that back foot, lift that front knee, use your core, don't slouch into that supporting hip. Bring it out wide, hips point forwards, foot goes behind, roll backwards through the foot. When the heel lands, again, lift. Don't slouch, bring it round. Lovely. Place that foot behind. So you're on your tightrope, you're on your beam. Now the leg that's behind, that's going to go out to the side. Bend it. So 45 degrees away from your body, the way your body's pointing, and bring it back in. Bend it. This knee is soft, not overlocked. And bring it back. The arms go the opposite way. And then we come into a knee raise. I had to do a little tap down there just to steady myself. Breathe out. I can feel that I'm using my core. So, as we bring the knee up, bring it across the body and rotate your chest the opposite way. So you feel that movement at the waist. Not just the neck. Make sure you get movement here as that knee comes across. Inhale, exhale. Try and hold the balance and bring it down. And we're going to take it to the floor. So feet hip width, raise the arms but not the shoulders, pelvic scoop, curl down through the vertebra. Walk your hands forward to the front of your mat. Bend the knees, untuck the toes, hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. Keep your pelvis steady, back of head in line with the spine. Extend one arm forwards with the thumb up, and now the opposite leg lifts just to about hip height. If that's too difficult, extend the leg, but keep the toes on the floor. Try and lift and hold. You don't want that leg to come any higher than your bottom. Hold and breathe. Replace, return. Let's do the other arm first. Make sure your pelvis is stable and centered. Extend that opposite leg and lift it. Or keep it on the floor. Hold and breathe. Don't hold your breath. Bring it back. So you can carry on with that, go back to the original side, or you can try, bend the knee up the side, bring your arm into a salute. Nothing else moves. So, knee up the side here, just so that you can see. Return to extended position, return to the floor and change sides. So if that's enough for you, stay like this, but otherwise a salute and the knee comes up the side without the hips moving, the pelvis stays still. Return to extension and bring it down. Tuck the toes under, poke your bottom in the air. Bend the knees, walk the hands back to the feet, heels down, scoop the pelvis, roll up, shoulders back. Bring your arms by your side, bring your chin up last. Place the hands in the small of the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And just while we're doing this little chest stretch, see if you can lift your heels off the floor, but keep the knees soft. Good, return the heels to the floor. Finally, let's just raise those arms, and without shrugging or looking down, just walk your fingers down your spine and scoop your elbows up into the air to stretch your triceps. And again, lift those heels. And while we're stretching, can you rotate side to side, just the upper body? Keep your pelvis facing the front. Feel that beautiful movement through the spine. Bring yourself back to centre. Lower the heels, roll the shoulders, bring your arms out wide. Give yourselves a clap, well done. And don't forget, if you enjoyed that workout, please tell your friends and ask them to subscribe. And don't forget as well, make sure you've subscribed. Give the video a like and I hope to see you soon.